Okay, we are back. So apologies for that slight issue. So let's come back to the question, which I will let you have a look at before I attempt it again. So here the question says, Fahima buys 2 packets of bread rolls costing £1.50 each. For each packet, 1 bottle of ketchup costing £1.60, 3 packets of sausages. Fahima pays with a £10 note. She gets 30p change. Fahima works out that 1 packet of sausage costs £2.30. Is Fahima right? You must show how you got your answer. So this is a 3-mark question, and there's a lot going on. So this is a problem-solving question. So there are many ways to solve this. So the method that I am going to use is going to be different if I did it again maybe tomorrow or something like that. So it's it kind of will be how you decide to solve this. Now, because of I was saying when I started this session, some questions are done very easily, and then some are hard. So this is one thing I would classify as a medium question. So I'm going to skip this and I'm going to come back to it towards the end of the session because I've spent a bit of time on this and I don't want to just leave you in the lurch with this one. So and the point I'm trying to make here is sometimes you just move on and then you come back to questions later on. So here is the next one. I'm going to go on to this question here, which is question 8. Question 8a. It's worth 1 mark. You've got work out 5/8 times 3/4. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to try that. So this one here, I've got 5/8 times 3/4. So first thing I'm going to check is that can I divide vertically or diagonally? So does 5 go into 8 or the other way around? Does 8 go into 5? It doesn't. And then if I look, 5 doesn't go into these with fully. So here you'll have remainders. With 4, you're not going to get any. It doesn't go in. So that's fine. Now I look at 3. Does 3 go into 4? It does, but there's a remainder. It goes into 8, but there's also a remainder. So I don't have any full numbers. So I'm going to now just simply multiply them together. So 5 times 3, and I've got 8 times 4. So 5 times 3 gives me 15, and 8 times 4 gives me 8, 16, 24, 32. So I cannot simplify. So this is now my final answer. Let's try the next question. So 2-mark question. Work out 2/3, take away 1/4. I'm going to give you a few seconds to try that. Okay, so if I look at this question, I've got 2/3 take away 1/4. So I'm just going to rewrite this just so that I've got my space for working out. Take away 1/2. So the first thing I notice is that my denominators are different. I've got 3 and 4, and that they are not the same. So I cannot do anything until I get my denominators the same. So for this question, I need to get my denominators the same. And then after I've got my denominators the same, I can subtract. And then at the end, I can simplify. So here I'm looking for what number does 3 and 4 go into. So I'm just going to write out the multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and so on. And I'm going to look at the numbers of 4, the multiples of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on. And automatically I can spot that I've got 12 here. So what I can do is I can change these fractions so that they become 12. So what do I need to multiply the 3 with so that I get 12? So I have to multiply this by 4. So 2 times 4 gives me 8. And what do I need to multiply the 4 with so that it becomes 12? 4 times 3 gives me 12. So I do 1 times 3 gives me 3. And I'm subtracting. So now I can see that my denominators are the same. And now I can subtract them. So I've got 8 take away 3 all over 12. 8 take away 3 is 5 over 12. So my final answer is 5 over 12. Let's go to the next question. Question 9, you can see is a very, very worded question. Okay, so similar to what I said earlier, I'm going to read the question, but it's a lot of words here. So if it's an easy question, I will do. If it's a harder question, I'll come back to it later. So Sean works for a company. His normal rate of pay is £12 per hour. When Sean works more than 8 hours a day, he is paid overtime for each hour he works more than 8 hours. Sean's rate of pay, overtime pay per hour, is 1.25 times his normal rate of pay per hour. On Monday, Sean worked for his 10 hours. Work out the total amount of Monday Sean earned. So this is clearly a medium to hard question. So I'm going to come back to this another time. Realistically, we're not going to cover this in today's session because we will run out of time. So I'm going to go to the next question. So I have here question number 10. Let's see if that's something we can do very, very quickly. So a farmer has 20 boxes of eggs. There are 6 eggs in each box. Write as a ratio the number of eggs in 2 boxes to the total number of eggs. Give your answer in its simplest form. So this one is a reasonable question. It's a bit harder than normal, but I'll let you have a go and then I'll go through the answer. Okay, so let's go through this question. So a farmer has 20 boxes of eggs. There are 6 eggs in each box. Write as a ratio the number of eggs in 2 boxes to the total number of eggs. Give your answer in its simplest form. So I've got a farmer, he's got 20 boxes of eggs. and there are 6 eggs in each box. So I've got that. So 20 boxes of eggs, 6 eggs in each box. Write as a ratio the number of eggs in 2 boxes to the total number of eggs. Give your answer in its simplest form. So I've got 2 boxes. So if each box has 6, so I've got 6 and 6, that gives me 12. So I've got 12 eggs, number of eggs in 2 boxes. So I've got 12 boxes here. What's my total number of eggs? So I've got 20 boxes, and in each one there are 6. So I'm going to multiply these together. So 2 times 6 is 12, and then I add a 0 there. So this is 120. So I've got my ratio, and now I need to simplify my ratio. So here I need to look at this carefully. Got 12, and I've got 120. Now I need to simplify this. So what number am I dividing by? Okay, what number am I dividing by on both sides? And I keep going until I get to my final answer. Now sometimes you can get there in one go, sometimes you keep going until you get to the final answer. So here, because they're both even, I can divide by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And then 12 divided by 2 is 6 again, and then add the 0. 120 divided by 2 gives me 60. Then I can spot, okay, there's a bigger number that I could have gone for here. So here I can spot, I can divide both of these by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 60 divided by 6 is 10. Or 6 divided by 6 is 1. Add the 0. Now, if you spotted a bigger number, you could have gone, originally you could have done divide by 12, which would have been perfect. So that's your LCM. If you can divide by your LCM, then you just do it a little bit quicker. If you don't spot the LCM, then obviously it will take you more steps. That's why I've deliberately done divide by 2 and then divide by 6. I could have done divide by 2 and divide by 2 and then divide by 3. I could have continued to go on like that. And so my final answer is 1 to 10. Okay, our session is nearly ending. Now, I did kind of be a little bit tricky with one of the questions. So I'm going to come back to that question. I did say I'm going to come back to that one. So this is a medium question. So the point is here we would kind of continue going through this paper and go through all of the easier questions. And some of them are kind of like, as you go through the paper, some of them are relatively easy. And then you come back to the hard question. So because we are ending our time very soon, I'll go back to that question which we didn't answer, because I don't want to leave you in the lurch as such. So here's the question, going back to that one. But in future sessions, I will kind of leave them blank as such, and we'll come back to the harder questions a little bit later. So here, let's go through this. So Fahima buys 2 packets of bread rolls costing £1.50 each, 1 bottle of ketchup costing £1.60, 3 packets of sausages. Fahima pays with a £10 note. She gets 30p change. Fahima works out that 1 packet of sausages costs £2.30. Is Fahima right? Wow, a lot of information there. So let's just go through it in kind of step by step, bit by bit. Ignoring £2, Fahima works out that 1 packet of sausage costs £2.30. I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to ignore that for now, but I'm just going to box up my key information. So you got 2 packets of bread rolls, £1.50 each. So I'm going to write that here, £1.50. £1.50. Got 1 bottle of ketchup, £1.60. And then I've got 3 packets of sausages. So this is the thing that we do not know. And she gets 30p change. So 30p, because everything is in pounds, I can put that as 0.3. or 30 pounds and pennies, 2 decimal points. So 30 pence out of 100, so 0.3. So I can add that in here. All of this 0.3 comes to 10 pounds. So what I can do is I can go backwards now. So what I can do is I can see that, okay, I'm going to add these numbers together, and then I'm going to take it away from 10 pounds. Once I do that, I'm then going to divide by 3 because I've got 3 different things. So that's my plan. So let me write out my plan just so that I don't forget. So I'm going to add all of these together. So step 1 is to add all these together. So add all the items and change. Step 2 is then I subtract from 10 pounds. And then once I've done that, I've got 3 sausages. So step 3 would be I divide by 3. So that's my plan. So that's what I'm going to do now. So if I add these together, 1.5, 1.50, 1.60, and 0.3. This now becomes 0. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 6 is 16, plus 3 is 19. So put 9, carry the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 there. Okay, so now I can subtract it from 10 pounds. So that's my step 1 done. Let me just box it out just to make it clear. So now I'm going to do 10 pounds. Take away £4.90. Now you can kind of almost do it in your head. You can add 10 pence to make it £5. And if it's £5, if you take away 5 from 10 pounds, you get £5. So like that. So you can almost do it like that. Or if that's too difficult, you can do your subtraction. So I'll do both. So 0 take away 0 is 0. You can't do that. You got to borrow. This would become 10, then it would become 9. So this is 10. 10 take away 9 is 1. 9 take away 4 is 5. So we've got that. So we've got the same answer. So now I've done my step 2. Now I need to go to step 3. So I need to do £5.10. Now I don't like to do division with decimals. So I'm just going to ignore the place value for now. I'll just say 510. 2 place values. I'm dividing by 3. So does 3 go into 5? Yes, it does once. Remainder 2. Does 3 go into 21? 3, 6, 9, 15, 18, 21. So it does. It goes in 7 times. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. 7 times. And then does 3 go into 0? No, it doesn't. And so because I removed a place value, I can put my place value back in. So 2 place values, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 2 place values. So my answer is Fahima right when she says the sausages cost £2.30? The answer is no. So I need to write that down. No. Fahima is wrong. Fahima is wrong. Sausage is £1.70. Now there is a check that you can do. Remember we had these boxes here. So if we put 1.7 in there, then it should add up to 10. So as a check in the exam, if you have time, just do that. 1.5, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.7, 1.7, and then 0.3. That should all add up to 10. So all of these are zeros. Then we've got 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 6 is 16, plus 7, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, plus 3, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, plus 7 is 37, 37 plus 3 is 40, so 0, carry the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. So you can see it's adding up to 10. Now this is a 3-mark question, but it's taken quite a bit of time for us to answer this, which is fine. Sometimes this is important in exams. You save time on one question, and on another question, you kind of take that time forward. So coming back in today's session, it's good to kind of keep a track of exam papers. So this is June 2017, and we did paper 1. And then hopefully we'll carry on with other papers, paper 2, paper 3. And it would be good to track how many marks we're doing each time, you're doing each time. So if we look at this paper, in today's session, we've covered question 1 was worth 1 mark, another one 2 marks, 3, 4, 5 marks. Marks. Here's question 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 marks we've covered. So we'll kind of write that down as 15 marks. And if you're still here, then do subscribe to the channel, and if you would like another session, write a comment. If there's a particular topic you'd like, or if you like this style of doing this, then write a comment in the description, in the comments, and then we may do another session like this live. Thank you.